From time and time again, upon reflection, what I know for sure from my own personal experience many moons ago when I was still a graduate is that the roles and the stints as well as the career moments where I felt I thrived, I excelled, I felt confident in my own abilities was when I always had an amazing line manager. Line managers are literally the key in building exceptional graduate development schemes. Your graduate line managers can literally make or break your graduate program, which is why it is so crucial to have them onboarded from the get-go. Because let me tell you, having a cluster of dedicated graduate line managers who are open, who are willing to build emerging professionals within your organization is literally the secret recipe in creating high performers within your early talent pool. Now, that being said, the quality as well as the caliber of your pool of graduate line managers will always be your most valuable asset in any internship or graduate program. Upon my own experience, having worked and coached graduates, when they received exceptional mentorship and coaching from their line managers, let me tell you, this had a direct positive correlation in increasing their capability, their competence, as well as their confidence. Now, the opposite can also be said about a bad graduate line manager, which can turn make a graduate's work experience to be, quite traumatic, even anxiety-filled. This could literally leave a graduate to have a major regret about joining the graduate program, the organization, or even the industry in which the organization is operating in. That is why my stance is very clear, is that when it comes to managing emerging professionals or even early talent, if you as a manager have absolutely no intention in developing, coaching, or mentoring your graduates or interns, then you have zero business requesting for a graduate to join your section, your team, or your department. They are not your additional resource or your extra pair of hands. Now, let me tell you, some managers may sometimes feel reluctant to take on graduates into their team because the expectations and the time needed to develop them is such a huge commitment compared to managing more seasoned professionals. I would rather you not take one than accept the challenge but not be willing to show up and play the part. Because the admiration, let me tell you, that I have for graduate line managers is quite substantial, because there is something to be said in how one can coach and groom a graduate who has little to no work experience into a confident, competent, high-performing professional. It really takes a special kind of leader to be able to do that. And not all managers, let me tell you, make amazing graduate line managers. So that is why in my 3-part series called A Line Manager's Guide in Rocking Grad Onboarding and Development, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some key insights in equipping you with the template as well as the know-how on how to manage a new graduate or an intern that is actually entering your team or your department. This can be quite intimidating, right? It's like you've been handed over a newborn. Big googly eyes, full of life, curiosity, highly ambitious. What do you even do with it? I mean, child doesn't even know how to walk. Now, my dear graduate line managers, you have been assigned the role of a work mom or even a work dad. And yes, you're going to have to teach them how to walk, how to talk, how to navigate this new world of work ahead of them. And patience is going to be required. But boy, is it going to be so fulfilling to be part of a young professional's journey. It is an exciting road ahead. So let's get straight to it at the very beginning of the relationship, which is when you finally get that call from the early talent team informing you that you have a new graduate that's going to be joining your team in the next 2 to 4 weeks. What do you do? Well, the first step is to obviously gather all the collateral that you're going to need to help you draft what we call your development strategy. Now, how does that even look like? Firstly, I want you to call the early time division. Basically, whomever runs and manages the graduate or the internship program within your organization. And this is then going to be the following information that you are going to ask of them. The first, the said graduate's updated CV. Now, if this is a brand spanking new graduate that is entering the program for the very first time, with the HR's permission request, you're going to request the following. You're going to request the assessment center and the interview feedback, as well as the psychometric assessment, the development report. Another thing you're going to request is a discipline-specific technical learning journey. This is what we call a structured development program. If the graduate in question is a senior graduate or one who is leaving a stint and is rotating to your team, that means that you are going to be the receiving graduate line manager. What you need to do is then you need to set up a meeting with the leaving line manager. In this handover session with the leaving line manager, this is the information that you are going to be looking for from the specific line manager. What you want is you want an idea of the type of work exposure that this graduate received in their team. You want to know the technical skills as well as the training that they also received. You want to get an idea of their performance feedback, showcasing both the highlights as well as the lowlights. You want to be aware of what is the developmental gaps that they currently have and what are the strengths that have been identified by their line manager. And there you have it, guys, your first step in helping you plan for your graduate stint in your team. Now, in the next video, I'm going to be discussing what actions you need to take between the second to the first week before your graduate is about to join the team. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, of course, click the bell notification so that you can be notified whenever I post new content. I am Olwethu M, and I'm in the business of transforming graduate potential into professional excellence.